Guys, I'm really struggling with this whole globe thing. This whole believing in a heliocentric model, spinning ball Earth thing. This is probably one of the toughest videos that I've ever made. I just need some help because I'm struggling with some things here. You see, I mean, if I'm to believe in this globe Earth, I have to believe that I'm spinning 1,000 miles an hour, and yet I don't feel anything. I have to believe that I'm traveling around the sun in an elliptical orbit at 66,600 miles an hour, and I don't feel the acceleration change in that elliptical path. That's weird. I have to believe that I'm traveling on a spinning space rock 1.6 million miles a day, and yet all the stars remain the same, like they're locked to us and they're following us exactly on the same path. It's wild. I have to believe that there's a geometric curve that just so happens to make ships disappear bottom up. But yet when I'm in an airplane flying at 35,000 feet, the horizon rises to my eye level and appears to be flat. How does that work? I mean, how does standing on the ground, how can I see the curve when I'm standing on the ground, but when I'm in an airplane it looks flat? I'm struggling with this, guys. This is tough. So in other words, I have to believe that like level water is actually curving. I have to believe that like the moon is 237,000 miles away. But I can break out like a decent camera and I can see all the craters in detail. That thing's 237,000 miles away. Riddle me that, Batman. I can't figure that one out. I also have to believe like the sun is 93 million miles away in the winter time here, and it's 92.7 million miles away in the summer, yet it's colder in the winter and it's warmer in the summer. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, I mean, if something's 93 million miles away to begin with, what is a little bit of like distance going to do? How is it going to affect the temperature nearly 100 degrees from summer to winter? Either way you look at it, that's just weird to me. I can't figure that out. I have to believe that stars are trillions and trillions of miles away, light years away, thousands of light years away. And yet, I mean, it's like I'm looking thousands of years into the past, like I'm a time traveler. Like, how am I seeing that light that is that far away? How am I seeing thousands of years into the past? Like, am I a god or something? Like, how is that possible? I'm trying to figure this out, guys. I have to believe that a sniper has to factor in Corey Ellis when he's doing long distance range shooting, but yet a hot air balloon doesn't have to worry about it, nor do airplanes. I can't figure this stuff out, guys. Somebody please help me here. This is, like I said, this is the toughest video I've ever had to make. I have to believe gravity is strong enough to hold trillions and trillions of gallons of water to a spinning space rock, hold ships that weigh literally millions of pounds to the oceans. But it's also weak enough to let dandelions and feathers float in the sky. Weak enough to let smoke rise and gases rise and bumblebees and butterflies can fly and stuff. That's just wild. I don't get. Can somebody help me figure this out? I don't get it. I have to believe that the sun is 400 times further away than the moon, but coincidentally, it's also 400 times bigger than the moon, so that it conveniently just makes them the same size. That would take an act of God, that's for sure. I mean, you got to have a lot. So that's just wow. You ever thought about that? I have to believe that when I'm seeing things in the distance, like if I'm standing on a beach, or I'm standing on one island and I'm looking across and I can see another island's mountain range, I have to believe that when I'm seeing that mountain range that doesn't add up to spherical trigonometry, to the 8 inches per mile squared deal, that it's just an illusion. It's refraction, and refraction is like this magical force that like takes these objects and bends them over the curve of the earth and just lays them perfectly level on the horizon for me to see. Refraction's magical, man. I cannot figure this stuff out. I have to believe that Polaris, like the North Star, it remains pretty much stationary in the sky, in the night sky. And yet we're doing all these motions, right? We're spinning 1,000 miles an hour on a 23-degree axis. We're going in an elliptical orbit around the sun at freaking unfathomable speed, 66,000 miles an hour. We're also traveling with the sun at 500,000 plus miles an hour. We're also going with the Milky Way through the galaxy at 1.2 million miles an hour or so. And yet Polaris just like, he just chills. He's stationary. He's just like the same place all the time. Like, what? How is he doing that? Like, that star's magical. I can't figure this stuff out, guys. I can't figure any of this stuff out. Like I said, it's like the hardest video that I've ever had to make. And quite honestly, it's uncomfortable. And guys, I think I'm coming out of the closet. I think I don't even want to think. You guys are gonna think I'm nuts. You guys are probably not even gonna want to be my friends anymore. But this is taking too much of a toll, and I feel like I just gotta get this off of my chest, because I think I'll just feel a whole lot better. Alright, here it goes. Guys, I think... Shit, man. I think the earth is flat.